Welcome to my lecture on distillation technique. Distillation technique is a separation method to separate the mixture of liquids into individual liquids based on the difference in their boiling point. Apart from distillation technique, we have some other separation methods: extraction, chromatography, evaporation, filtration. Extraction method utilizes the difference in solubility. Chromatography utilizes the difference in polarity. Filtration method utilizes the difference in the size of the components present in a mixture during transfer through a porous material. Evaporation is based on the fact that liquid vaporize easily, whereas the solids do not vaporize easily. Distillation method utilizes the difference in the boiling point of the miscible liquids present in a mixture. Now we discuss about distillation technique. Some important types of distillation include simple distillation, fractional distillation, steam distillation, vacuum distillation, air sensitive vacuum distillation, short path distillation, zone distillation. Now we discuss about simple distillation method. Simple distillation method is only employed to separate the liquids having boiling point difference larger than 25 degrees Celsius. An assembled distillation apparatus is shown here. Mixture of two miscible liquids taken in the distillation flask. This distillation flask is connected with the condenser. This condenser consisting of a pipe surrounded by cold water, and water enter into the bottom of the condenser and exit at the top. At the end of the condenser, beaker is kept to collect the liquids which is separated first. Thermometer is fitted into the distillation flask to read the temperature. Finally, Bunsen burner is placed at the bottom of the distillation flask. Acetone can be separated from water by this method. Boiling point of acetone is 56 degrees Celsius. Boiling point of water is 100 degrees Celsius. The difference in boiling point is 44 degrees Celsius. So acetone can be separated from water by simple distillation method. Now assume acetone and water mixture is taken in the distillation flask. Some porcelain bit is added and it is heated up. When the temperature reaches 56 degrees Celsius, acetone alone vaporizes and the vapor travels up into the side arm where a thermometer sits and measures the temperature. The vapor continues into the condenser. The condenser has central hollow section with vapor will pass and surrounded by another section. Cold water enter into the bottom and exit at the top. This will be constantly running against the direction of vapor. This cold water causes the temperature of the vapor to decrease. So it gets collected as liquid in the receiver. Now acetone is collected as a distillate in the receiving flask. Just like that, distillation is achieved. Since the boiling point of water is high, it will remain inside the separating flask, whereas the entire acetone gets collected in the receiver. Both acetone and water have difference in their boiling point greater than 25 degrees Celsius. So acetone can be separated from water by this method. When the boiling point of the two liquids are very close, then simple distillation technique does not work. Such cases, we have to use fractional distillation technique. Fractional distillation technique is employed to separate the liquids in the mixture whose boiling point difference is lower than 25 degrees Celsius. Apparatus setup for this method distillation method. The only difference is we have a fractionating column in fractional distillation method. Fractionating column is fitted into the distillation flask and its side tube is connected into the Liebig condenser. This condenser consisting of a pipe surrounded by water jacket which consists of continuously flow of cold water. Water enter into the bottom and exit at the top. This fractionating column is a long tube provided obstructions to the passage of vapors upwards and to the passage of the liquid in downwards. This fractionating column is packed with glass beads. These glass beads give surface to the vapor to cool and condensed repeatedly. If the liquid mixture is heated, the mixture boils and form vapor. Vapor enter into the bottom of the long column. The glass beads allow the vapor to pass through. The glass beads increase the contact time between the vapor and the liquid in the column. Vapor rises in the column. As the vapor rises through the trace in the column, vapor cools. When the vapor of the liquid reaches a height where the temperature of the column is equal to that liquid's boiling point, it will condense to form a liquid. The substance with the lowest boiling point will condense at the highest point in the column. Substance with the higher boiling point will condense lower in the column. Ethanol is separated from water by fractional distillation method. Boiling point of ethanol is 78 degrees Celsius and water is 100 degrees Celsius. The difference in boiling point 23 degrees Celsius. So, both water and ethanol can be separated by this method. Assume in the distillation flask, ethanol and water mixture is taken. Porcelain bit is added to the mixture. As the liquid mixture is heated, the components with the lowest boiling point will begin to vaporize and rises through the column. When the temperature reaches 78 degrees Celsius, ethanol will boil off first compared to water. However, the vapors of ethanol will still contain some water molecules. As vapor rises in the distillation column, water molecules will condense back into the liquid, whereas the lowest boiling point liquid's vapor, in this case ethanol vapor, exists at the top of the fractionating column and enters into the Liebig condenser. This condenser consisting of a pipe surrounded by water jacket. It consists of the continuous flow of cold water. The vapors of ethanol is cooled by cold water in the condenser. It condenses back to the liquid and ethanol is collected in the receiver. Just like that, the separation is achieved. Fractional distillation is the most important technique used in chemical industry. This method used to separate the crude oil petroleum into useful fractions such as kerosene, petrol, natural gas, naphtha, diesel, etc. As we all know that crude oil is not renewable as it takes years to form. This makes it even more precious. It is very impure. We need to minimize the amount of waste. It can be done by fractional distillation method. This is the fractional distillation unit that we using in the oil refineries. This is furnace and this is fractionating tower. Crude oil is fed into the furnace and heated without presence of air. Most of the oil is converted into a vapor and rises up the tower. As the vapor rises up, the tower begins to cool. Heavier fractions of crude oil condense first in the lowest part of the tower. The lightest fractions condense at the top of the tower. The trays collect the various liquid fractions. The collected liquid fractions may pass to condenser, which cool them further and then go to storage tank, or they may go to other areas for further chemical processing. The shorter chained hydrocarbons condense in the trays nearer to the top of the tower, and the longer chained hydrocarbons condense in the trays nearer to the bottom of the tower. This occurs as they have lower boiling point, and therefore the liquids in lower temperature is separated out. Another important application is the separation of different gases from the air. Here, air is filtered to remove the dust and then cooled in stages until it reaches 200 degrees Celsius. At this temperature, it is a liquid. We say that the air has been liquefied. Here what happened, as the air liquefies, water vapor condenses and it removed using absorbent filters. Carbon dioxide freezes at minus 79 degrees Celsius and it is removed. Oxygen liquefies at minus 183 degrees Celsius and nitrogen liquefies at minus 196 degrees Celsius. The liquid nitrogen and oxygen are then separated by fractional distillation. The liquefied air is passed into the bottom of the fractionating column, just as the column used to separate the oil fractions. The column is warmed at the bottom than it is at the top. The liquid nitrogen boils at the bottom of the column. Gaseous nitrogen rises to the top where it is piped off and stirred. Liquid oxygen collected at the bottom of the column. The boiling point of argon, the noble gas that forms 0.9% of the air, is close to the boiling point of oxygen. So, a second fractionating column is often used to separate the argon from oxygen. Such a way, liquid nitrogen and oxygen are separated by fractional distillation technique. This technique is also used to separate the mixture of miscible liquids like alcohol water mixture and benzene toluene mixture in the laboratory. We know silicon is widely used as semiconductors. Distillation method is used in the production of high purity silicon from chlorosilane. Let me summarize what we discussed today. Simple distillation method is only employed to separate the liquids having boiling point difference larger than 25 degrees Celsius, whereas fractional distillation technique is employed to separate the liquids in the mixture whose boiling point difference is lower than 25 degrees Celsius. Fractional distillation is the separation of a mixture into its component parts or fractions. This is done by boiling the mixture and separating the products by their varying boiling point. Fractional distillation is used for the purification of water as well as separating acetone and water. Fractional distillation is used in several industries like oil refineries and chemical plants, mainly for purification and separation of many organic compounds. Thank you.